Trailing 10-6, the Dallas defense, led by Big Bob Lilly, gives Joe Childress a rugged time. George Andrie and Larry Stevens add a hand, and Childress is chucked for a 5-yard loss. On this play, follow number 66 of the Cowboys, George Andrie. As Tittle attempts to pass, Big George battles the Giants' Jack Stroud. YA never gets the ball away as Andrie buries the old bald eagle. The consistent Dallas defense sparkles on this play as Ollie Matson is bushwhacked by the Cowboys. Ollie is far from jolly as Andrie and Warren Livingston give Matson a 19-yard minus. Bowl. In the opening quarter, John Henry Johnson is tossed for a 5-yard loss by Maury Yeomans and Jim Ridlon.
When you get a rush like that, it's the same as having an extra set of defensive backs. That's how hard it is for them to complete a pass.
Pro Bowl-bound George Andrie, having his best year, is circled. Taking care of a blocker, he dumps Earl Morrill. Sonny Jurgensen has little success against the Cowboy rush. Andrie and Howley dislodge the football. The alert Lilly recovers and heads goalward. He picks up a passenger by the name of Charlie Taylor en route and only makes it to the 5. Earl Morrill wants a score, but charging Andrie and Yeomans want him more. In the Pro Bowl in Los Angeles, the Dallas defensive stalwarts highlighted the big win for the East. Andrie and Lilly penetrate the West protection and drop John Brody.
Second 3 on the 32. Hill, the handoff to Earl Grove to the left side, chased by Lilly. Andrie drops him for a loss. On 3rd and 8 now on the Steeler 36. The blitz is on, the safety blitz, and Nelson can't get away. Andrie makes the stop.
On 2nd down, 10 to go in the 20, Bill Nelson, who enjoyed his best day in football against the Cowboys just 2 weeks ago, but he is brought down by George Andrie. A loss. 2nd and 11 on the 38. Again, it's Nelson. Stevens and Andrie throwing him for a loss of 7 yards.
George Andrie, number 66, is a veteran defensive end. His rush is consistent and always punishing.
With the ball resting on the Dallas 35, Big George Andrie loops in from his defensive end slot to dump Morrill for a 5-yard loss. Watch number 66, George Andrie, in the lower left-hand corner of your screen as he splits 2 giant blockers and again spills quarterback Morrill for a loss. First and 10 at the Minnesota 18. Tarkenton with Mason and Brown as setbacks. Tarkenton running and gets 6 yards. Action in the 3rd period now. Minnesota with the ball. First and 10 at their own 24. Lindsey dropped by George Andrie for a loss of 1. Now watch Andrie, number 66, coming in. Stevens and Colvin. And Tarkenton is dropped for a loss of 8 yards. Norman Snead, number 16, has gone all the way for the Eagles at quarterback. He's back to throw now on 2nd down 10. Number 66, Andrie, making a great rush, throws him for a loss of 8.
Steelers ball. They trail. Closing play of the third quarter. Smith, but he can't get it off. Andrie drops him for a loss of 7. The third quarter ends with the Cowboys leading the Steelers 45-21. Steelers ball. Ron Smith at quarterback. And again, it's Andrie who peels back after going by once to drop him for a loss of 4.
Defense is the Dallas fort. The Cowboys' front four, which includes number 66, George Andrie, yielded fewer yards than any other team in the league. Snead, the quarterback for Philadelphia, trying to throw the football, but that big Dallas line makes him fumble the ball. Colvin scrambling for the football and makes the recovery of the fumble.
Jurgensen has to run with the ball, and that's Andrie coming in to make the tackle. A loss of 4. Now on third down, Knopfsinger back to pass. Andrie comes in to drop him for a loss of 7 yards. No gain on the play. Jurgensen. George Andrie driving in. It's a loss of 9 yards on the play. On third down, watch number 74 and number 60.
First and 10 for the Giants at their 6. Gary Wood back at the goal line. The pass deflected by big George Andrie, who catches it and steps in for a Dallas touchdown. Quickly, Dallas goes out in front, 7-0.
Along with towering George Andrie, made quarterbacks disappear. The Cowboys seldom. The Cowboy game plan was stamped with revenge. Year's NFL championship game, but the Cowboy defense stiffened, wore down the Packers, and finally forced a fumble by Bart Starr, which George Andrie recovered for a touchdown. Later, a field goal by Danny Villanueva closed the gap to only 4 points at halftime.
Number 48, Ernie Green, seems to be unhampered by a leg injury as he takes a Ryan pass and moves 25 yards downfield. In the last quarter, Ryan gets one last chance to move his team, but the Dallas defense is too good for Cleveland today. The game reaches an ignominious end for Ryan and the Browns as he slips and falls on his own as the clock runs out, and the Cowboys win it 21-14. There's more misery in store for the Eagles. Number 66, George Andrie, spins Norm Snead loose from the ball. Jethro Pugh recovers.
The pocket breaks down on Gabriel as George Andrie flips him for a 9-yard loss.
Here's the Dallas defense. Towns, Pugh, Lilly, and Andrie across the front. A veteran linebacking crew of Howley, Jordan, and Edwards. The deep backs are Green, Johnson, Gector, and Renfro. From the Packer 31, Starr on his first passing attempt. Down he goes, bowled over by Lilly and Andrie for a loss of 9. 3rd and 10, with the Packers still well within Chandler's field goal range. Starr will be throwing. He has time. But now Andrie storms in, drops Bart for a big loss. All the way back to the 42, which not only kills the drive, but forces the Packers to punt instead of trying for the field goal.
With less than 5 minutes remaining in the first half, Bart Starr was victimized by a doomsday defense with larceny in its heart.
Starr will pass on first down. Plenty of time, but everyone's covered. Here comes the rush. Willie Towns drops Starr, who fumbles the football. George Andrie scoops it up and takes it in for a touchdown. A stunning reversal of fortune as the Cowboys finally score.
Well, I think mostly it was just straight ahead pass rush. And I remember George racing after the ball, and he picked the ball up and he got in the end zone. And George always was making big plays in the big games we played in.
I just remember how hard it was keeping your balance. You had to make sure that you kept your feet under you, because one slip, if the defensive guy has his footing, he'll be on your quarterback.
Of Hawaii, Cole and veteran end George Andrie, number 66, led a helmet-busting charge on opposing quarterbacks.
Stopping a run, Lilly, the right tackle, then got to Jurgensen on third down, and Dallas took over.
End, the battered and beaten Tarkinen was fittingly drowned in his own end zone by the Dallas defense for a safety. Through 6 weeks, the defense remained unflinching, and the Dallas Cowboys stood undefeated. Ends George Andrie and Larry Cole, and tackles Bob Lilly and Jethro Pugh. 8-year veteran George Andrie still attacked quarterbacks with youthful enthusiasm, while young... So, through 6 games, the refurbished Cowboys looked unbeatable.
Number 63, defensive end Larry Cole, was double-teamed at times, but broke through to drop Sonny twice. Even when Jurgensen tried to roll free of the rush, he was sandwiched into sawdust.
Devoured quarterback Sonny Jurgensen. Now it was Dallas gushing strength, while the Cardinals and Giants faltered. The soul of the Dallas defense were the 4 men who jousted in the often forgotten battles deep in the dirt. From the outside came 10-year veteran George Andrie, number 66.
So with 4 minutes left, Brody had another shot at the Cowboys. But after picking up 1 first down, he was dumped by Andrie and Lilly for a 9-yard loss, setting up 3rd and 19.
At the ends were Pat Toomey and starters George Andrie, number 66, and Larry Cole, number 63, who worked in deadly unison. John Brody sought out Ken Willard, but found the looming specter of George Andrie instead.
And on 3rd down, Manning had to eat the ball. The Saints had to give the ball right back to Dallas with good field position near midfield. As the final period began, Douglas gave Dallas another chance to make up their 7-point deficit. George Andrie's recovery gave Dallas a great gift on the Bears' 8-yard line. But as they'd been all day long, the Chicago defense...
Then John Brody made his most costly mistake of the year. In a super slow-motion replay from behind the end zone, we can see that Brody first faked a handoff to fullback Ken Willard, then retreated and threw a screen pass in Willard's direction. But 6-foot 6-inch defensive end George Andrie was in perfect position to intercept. There are many better-known members of the Doomsday defense, but George Andrie, the 10-year veteran from Marquette, had made the game's biggest play and perhaps the biggest play of the season for the Cowboys. Some say that George Andrie is too old, too slow, that he should be replaced by Pat Toomey or Tody Smith. But George Andrie is the smart old pro who beat another smart old pro in the NFC title game. And John Brodie will never forget George Andrie.